Welcome to the My Creative Days podcast, where we will talk about all things DIY, home decor, decorating tips, and creating a beautiful home on a budget. I am hoping our time together will spark a creative idea, help you plan your next DIY, or inspire you to finally tackle that project you keep putting off. Grab your favorite cup of motivation and let's chat. Today, I am talking to Bree from my little black and white house on IG. She loves thrifting, decorating, chai tea lattes. I know you like coffee too, and the color green. So there's so much about Bree that I love. I found her, I can't remember how long ago I found you, but, and I don't know how I found you, but I stumbled upon her page and I'm hooked. She's down to earth. She's real. She's funny. She dances. But she shares her thrifting and her decorating. So it's so much fun to follow her. And today I'm excited she's here to talk with me. So I'm going to ask her some fun questions and get to know her a little bit better. So first of all, I wanted to ask you, so your IG name is My Little Black and White House. And when this comes out, this will be, you're already be in your new house, but your new house is pink.
It's pink inside, outside, everywhere can be pink. Pink outside, pink carpet, pink tiles, pink kitchen. My garage is pink. The matching sheet is pink. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So are you going to change your name?
I actually thought about it, but we're probably just going to paint the house.
Are you going? Okay, so you're not going to keep it pink. Okay.
We're going to keep it pink for a bit.
Okay.
Maybe after it's painted, I'll paint the front door pink.
There you go. There you go. Okay. And how did you come up with my little black and white house?
Because when I started my Instagram account, we were starting to reno our house. We've been in our house for 18 years. And I started painting everything white with black accents. And the outside of our house is white and black.
Okay. Okay. So that's how you came up.
If I could go back, I would change it because it is the longest Instagram handle name to type out 35 times a day. If I could have just been Bree's house.
Yes.
It would have been much.
I know. And don't we stress about these names all the time? We're like, what should it be? What should it be? And it really doesn't really matter. But
my little pink house sounds cute too, though.
Doesn't it?
I'll have to check to see if it's taken.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, okay. So first of all, I'm going to ask you to start telling us about your lady in the basement story, because when I first started following Bree, she was thrifting and sharing all that, but then she had this lady in the basement and oh my gosh, it sounds so scary, but, this was just, when you would show what you would pick up every time, I was like, what is even happening? It was like the best story ever, but I love how it happened. So kind of tell us how that happened and what that was.
So I shop a lot on Facebook Marketplace. Here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, we don't have a lot of access to many antique stores. There's only 3 antique stores within an hour.
Okay.
So I'm on Facebook Marketplace, creeping it every day.
Okay.
And I saw this cute little bench, this cute little green chippy farmhouse bench.
Oh my
and
gosh.
so I paid for it. And because of COVID, we had to do porch pickups.
Yes.
And so I went to pick it up. And on her porch were about 50 things that were like to die for, gorgeous. I wanted all of them.
Yes.
So I said to my husband, I'm going to go knock on the door. And he's like, don't you dare knock on that door. Like, it's COVID. Don't knock on the door. Well, Bree knocked on the door.
Yes. Yes.
And I said, are all these things sold? Because if not, I'll buy them all.
Yes.
And she's like, they're all accounted for. But do you want to come look in my basement?
Oh my gosh.
Which sounds creepy. But she's this beautiful, it was a beautiful upscale house in a bougie neighborhood. And Jason was with me. So he's like, okay, we went in. And it is probably 2,000 square feet unfinished basement full of original, authentic farmhouse pieces, floor to ceiling. Like floor to ceiling. I just about cried.
Oh my gosh. I would have died.
So she invited, her name's Catherine, and she invited me to come back multiple times.
Okay.
So I would go once, twice, 3 times a week until we decided to sell our house. So I had, my garage was packed.
Yes.
My garage was top to bottom full of treasure. Yes. And so I kind of had to say, whoa, slow down.
Right.
But I get to go visit her again.
Oh, you
as
do.
soon as I want to reach out to her. So the reason she had so many things is because she had completely renovated her house from authentic farmhouse. And we're talking beautiful, chippy, 100-year-old.
Yes.
To restoration hardware modern. Like minimalist.
Okay.
So she had no use for this stuff. And I'm like, give it to me.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And every day I would fill up the truck till I couldn't fit anything else in there anymore. Like my son would be crammed in with quilt around his head, vases popping out the sunroof.
My kids have been there many times. Many times.
I actually ended up paying my son to come with me every time so he could carry all the heavy stuff.
Yes, help you. Yes, help you. Oh, and they'll do it. Teenagers will do that, right? They
did. Yeah.
So I would see her on Instagram and just her cart just overflowed with the most amazing things. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then she'd say, I'm going to the lady in the basement. And then I just sit on my phone. What is she bringing home? Oh,
I'll tell you about the name. So we didn't, for privacy's sake, I didn't want to say her name.
Right.
I kept saying the lady whose basement I went to. And then it just progressed to lady in the basement. Now I'm going to probably turn this all into like a horror themed Instagram IGTV with all my spooky treasures from the lady in the basement.
So that's awesome. So you are going to go back once you get into your new house.
I will. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my. And so she's just going to hold it there. I mean, for what we do, thrifting, going to Goodwills and things, but to find one place, a house or that has all of those things. I mean, that's like hitting the lottery. I mean, it really is. That's why
she was my honey hole. Everyone's looking for their honey hole. She was it. So,
oh my gosh. Like
the only problem is I kept most of it.
Yeah. That would be yes.
Yeah. It was hard to get rid of. It was also beautiful. So my house was overfilled with her stuff, but
yes. And it's hard to find that stuff. So, I mean, to find it all in one.
Especially here. I don't know what it's like in Iowa, but here in Alberta, we're not like the lower states with lots of like 100-year-old houses and stuff. We don't have that here.
Right.
So to find stuff that's over 100 years old and authentic is huge.
Where did she find her stuff? Did she ever tell you? Like, was she?
So she bought all of her stuff in Ontario, Canada.
Okay.
Which is pretty much the oldest area, that in Montreal, the oldest area in Canada.
Okay.
And they have something called cottage country. So there'd be all these little cottages she would go buy all the stuff from.
Oh my gosh.
I will tell you something though. Here's a secret I haven't told anyone else. I did find some Value Village stickers on some of the things she had. Yes. So she definitely was thrifting too. So she did all the hard work for me.
I love that when you're at yard sales or you see that. Yeah, that's.
And they're your people.
Yes. Oh my gosh. For sure. For sure. Okay. So you do also sell in a booth. So here where I live, we do not have anything like that, any cool ones. And I would love to have one, but you do have a booth where you are.
I have 3 booths. They're all in the same mall because, like I said, there's only 2 or 3 here in Edmonton. Okay. And one mall is very hipster vibes and very mid-century modern. And I had a booth there and I didn't do very well because my products weren't the same. But where I go, it's called the Blue Jar Antique Mall. There's my plug.
Yes.
It's a very reasonable priced antique mall, and the owners are have become family. I just love them very much. And if you like decorating your house, you will like having an antique booth because now I have 3 extra spaces. I can decorate with all the stuff that doesn't fit in my house. It fits there.
Yes, that's what. Yes, because I'm always finding things. But if I don't have, I do have the IG shop that I've been kind of starting up again. But yes, that's why I think I would love to have a booth because it just gives you an extra. I mean,
you just go and decorate it, and then the staff there take care of it all. So you don't have to manage. It's the perfect way to have your own store without having to work your own store.
Yes, and not having the overhead, lights and all of that. Yeah, you just go and get a check. Like once,
Well, I do just. When you own an antique booth, you should go as often as you can.
Okay.
So my goal is to go at least once a week. Not so much since I've been moving, but you can go once a week. You fluff, you remove things around, and but that's fine, right?
Yeah. No. Oh my gosh. Oh, not at all. Are you kidding me? Then you get to redecorate.
And then I get to go thrifting more to fill it up every time.
See, that's what I know. I know I would love it.
any excuse to go thrifting.
Yes. I'm there. Yes, me too. Me too. Okay, let's get into it. So how long have you been thrifting?
Okay, so me and my mom and dad, we were very lower, I'd say lower middle class.
Yeah. Yep.
Blue collar, and we lived in a very small, like 800 square foot house. So out of necessity, I grew up thrifting.
So did I.
And I hated it. Yes. I would have rather shopped at Zellers. I don't know if you guys have Zellers, but it's like Kmart. I would have rather shopped at Kmart than have bought thrifted stuff.
Yes.
Granny would buy us thrifted stuff for presents, and I hated all of that. But eventually, when I became a mom specifically, yes. I'm a bargain shopper and I'm cheap.
Yes.
And I will not pay regular price for stuff when you can go and get it for 90% off at a thrift store.
Yes.
And so it started out as the mom buying this stuff for the babies. Right. And then I just got hooked.
Yes.
Just like you, it started with like one piece of furniture that I wanted to paint and fix till now my entire house, other than mattresses and sheets, my entire house is completely thrifted.
Same. It's just, yes. Oh my gosh. That's exactly, my mom used to take us again out of necessity, and she does like the thrill of the hunt too. So she but again, I was just like, this is so uncool. If anybody sees me here in this thrift store, I will die.
I know. I feel you.
I love it so much. So yes,
but same. The benefit is now that I'm a thrifter and been an avid thrifter for quite a while, because my daughter is 27. My other daughter only buys thrifted clothes because she thinks it's the coolest thing ever. She loves it. She even will wear her stuff for a bit and then resell it because all her friends are like, "Where'd you get that?"
Yes.
So I created a monster.
See, my kids aren't there yet. I'm hoping.
Vintage band t-shirts. Get them some vintage band t-shirts and it'll kick off the entire thing.
Oh my God. My nephew is there. He's like, that's my favorite store. Goodwill's my favorite store. I'm like, I'm just going to hang out with you then, because our son will go in there and my daughter does go with me, but she's just not, they just haven't got it yet. But.
Well, my daughter will sometimes be there and I run into her by accident.
Are you kidding? Oh my God.
We live in the same house.
I love that.
What kills me about her is that, okay, so I'm going to tell you guys how old I am. She is buying shirts that I wore in high school.
Yes, they are. That's what's cool now. Yes.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Some of the stuff she's wearing, I'm like, no mom jeans, please. Please, no mom, please.
So my daughter's
why is that cool again?
If they start tight rolling their jeans,
I can't say anything because my pants are currently tight rolled.
I love it. Oh my gosh. I'm short, so I have to roll my pants. Oh, I love it.
I would have kept all my stuff now.
For sure. I've said that so many times. So many things that we got rid of. I'm like, it's worth money now. Yes. Oh my gosh.
I will throw in the towel if fluorescent colors ever come back though.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Do you remember that? Oh my gosh.
K-Ways. Remember K-Ways?
No. What are K-Ways?
K-Ways are those rain jackets, windsuits.
Yes. Okay. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
It may be a Canadian thing, K-Way.
So do you guys have yard sales in Canada?
So we have yard sales. We have garage sales.
Okay.
We do not have estate sales.
Oh,
there is no such thing as an estate sale anywhere near me that I have ever found. Really? Recently people are calling the garage sales estate sales, but they're not true estate clean outs.
Okay.
Luckily for me, I have a friend here on Instagram who's local and he does estate clear outs.
So what's that mean? So
he's the guy that goes in after someone has passed or they're downsizing and they need the whole house cleaned out. Okay. So he does a lot of reselling, but then he'll bring dealers in or people like me to come in and go pick through that stuff. So
speaking of honey hole,
I'm going today.
I saw that. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
so excited. They're very few and far between.
Okay.
And you have to know someone.
Yes.
So I'm lucky that I know someone, but otherwise there's no such thing as estate sales.
Okay.
So I live vicariously through all the Instagram girls.
Oh my gosh. And see, estate sales is kind of my last resort because they're so expensive usually.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So I will go on the first day, but then if there's something I really want, I'll go on the last day when it's half off, 75% off, and see if it's.
Well, why would you go on the first day? I mean, it's so cheap. Give me
that is what. Oh my gosh. Sorry. This is hooked up with my phone. And so did you just hear that? My phone's ringing. Okay. Okay. So best thrift store find.
Okay. So if I count thrift store finds, I'm going to count the lady in the basement.
Yes, I would count that.
You guys can't see, but I have the most incredible original oil painting of a lady in a green dress with the most exquisite gold frame. And there's no signature on it, but it's 100% authentic. But her name is on the back. So her name's Joyce Wilson, 1924, dated on the back of that painting. And it hangs above my bed because I freaking love it. In fact, at the new house, because it's a 1924 painting, I'm going to go a little more Art Deco-ish in my master bedroom when we move. So my favorite all time.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Okay.
Tell me yours.
Awesome.
Tell me yours.
Oh my gosh. Right? Well, my mom, so I grew up, my mom would find furniture. My dad used to do some like fire restoration and he would bring pieces home. And so my mom, I remember her like in the backyard working on, so I'm counting it as a thrift find, but I think she got it for free, but it's a hutch that she refinished and it's down to like the wood. And so she gave it to me a few years ago. And so it's in our living room. It's something I will never paint, never sell. I kind of feel like everything's kind of, you could buy a lot of things in our house, right? But that's one thing that I would never get rid of. So
I love that.
Yeah. So
I love that.
She's the original OG. She's the one that taught me all this stuff. So
I got to come to Iowa and go for coffee with your mama.
Yes. Oh, yes, you would. Yes.
Teach me some things.
Oh, yes. The original budget queen and like, oh, yep, that's my mom. Okay. What are 3 things that you always pick up at a thrift store? If you had to narrow it down, I know that's hard.
Well, I for sure always pick up restaurant wear.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what restaurant wear is. It's called vitrified pottery. So it's a special process on creating very durable, like dishware.
Yes.
And if it's got the double green stripe or the green stripe, it's coming home with me. Even if it's a $2 plate or it's $20, it's coming home with me.
Yeah, because you love green. See?
I love green and I love that stripe. And the funny thing is I have never used them.
Yes.
They're just in display in a hutch.
Yes. And they're thicker. Aren't they like a little more thicker, the restaurant wear? It's like
they're not thicker, but I don't really understand what the vitrified process is. Okay. But it's turning like regular, I think, ceramic.
Okay.
It's got some kind of glass process.
Okay.
Vitrified meat. So if you're going to drop it, it will break, but it takes a few drops.
To break it. Okay.
Kind of like antique Corel ware.
Yes. Oh,
you guys know Corel what? I can't even say it.
Yep.
Corel.
My grandma had that. Yeah.
My auntie had that in like the 80s.
Yep. That was it. That was the thing to have. Okay. What else are you picking up at thrift stores?
Always vintage books. Always. Yeah. I don't usually read them, but they're very pretty.
Yes.
And I recently just packed them all up, but my whole fireplace mantle, I usually have books completely surrounding the entire mantle. I love that.
Yes.
To have them on display.
Yes.
What else? There's so many things.
I love the basket aisle. The basket aisle.
Yes, but I literally have.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my garage of baskets. I can't say no to baskets.
That is me too. If I find an old good one, I'm like, oh.
And picnic baskets with the lid.
Yeah.
When you stack them, oh my gosh.
They look so good.
I think I'm going to do a whole valance and just hang baskets on a whole valance.
Yes. There you go. Yes. Oh my God.
Baskets are definitely up there. Wood bowls are definitely up there.
Yep.
I also love yellow stoneware. If you guys know what that is.
Yes. Yep.
If you watch Downton Abbey.
I have never seen it.
Girl, go watch Downton Abbey. I just watched it during COVID.
Okay.
It's brilliant.
Okay. I hear about it all the time.
In fact, one of my girls here on Instagram we're gonna do a movie night and we're gonna watch it together live, I think.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. We'll be paying attention.
Pattern commentary.
Yeah.
If you watch, they have a lot of kitchen scenes. They're the old yellow bowls.
Okay.
That's what they did everything in.
Really?
And they're just stunning. And the more crazing, the more stains, the better.
See, and that's what I love about the pieces that we're picking up at thrift stores. Everything has a story. And like this, I don't know if I'm craving more simplicity in my life or just like this, the way they used to do things is fascinating to me. And then to find that piece of history, at a thrift store and bring it home,
and to find it in a thrift store, not an antique store, is like,
yep. Because you're paying next to nothing at a thrift store where
it's to die for. Like, yes. I just found one like a month ago and I just about cried.
Yes.
I'm the girl that'll push your cart out of the way.
Oh my gosh.
While I'm saying sorry because I'm Canadian. And grab what I want so you don't get it first.
Yes. Or it's the worst too when you're coming in and somebody's walking out with something amazing. Like I always tell her, I would rather not I don't want to see it. I don't want to see.
Here's a question for you. Have you ever seen something in someone's cart and offered them more money than was on the
I have not. I have not had that. Have you done that?
I have totally done that.
Oh my gosh. No, I would totally do it though. If I saw, yes.
Just tell them you'll give them an extra $5 or something. And you know what? Most people will do it.
Yes, they will for sure. Has anybody done that to you?
No, but I've had people, sometimes when you go to thrift stores and you're a dealer or like an antique booth person.
Right.
People start to recognize you at the thrift stores and then they follow you.
Yes.
So if you pick something up and put it down, I've had girls actually follow behind me and take everything I've put down and put it in their cart.
Yes. And that's why I tell people if you're shopping thrift stores, put it in your cart, even if you're not sure.
Girl, that is I have 2 major tips.
Okay. Okay.
First of all, get a cart.
Yes.
I don't care if you're planning to buy anything, get a cart.
Even if you have 5 minutes, grab a cart.
I have gone in and not taken a cart and ran back and gotten a cart.
Yes. Yes.
So many times.
Yes. So have I.
Number 2, if you're even considering it, put it in your cart.
Yes. Yes.
You can always put it back, but someone's going to grab it from you if you don't put it in your cart.
Yes. Or you'll be thinking about it throughout the store, go back and somebody's got it. So
absolutely watch your cart. I don't know about you guys, but here I've had people take things out of my cart.
Out of your cart? Yes.
And I have thrown it down. You do not want to take my treasures from me. You know who I am.
Oh, yes. I know. I
can take you down. That's just a side effect of my job, right? Don't mess with Bree while she's thrifting.
Does your husband like to thrift with you?
My husband hates thrifting, but he likes garage sales.
Does he?
So if we see a garage sale, we'll go to garage sale.
Okay. Yeah, see, Matt is all about all of it. Like he wants to be at all of them. So it's kind of fun, but
I don't know if that's good or bad, because it's good that he helps, but bad that he sees how much money you spend.
See, here's the thing. This is so funny about my husband. He wants me to buy it all. He's like, get it, buy it. You want this? Buy it. So he is the spender in our relationship and I am the saver totally. Oh my gosh.
I'm the spender and saver. I spend, but I'm saving while I spend.
See?
But we need to set up a Zoom meeting between our husbands so your husband can talk some sense into Jason.
We'll set that up for sure. Oh my God.
I'm the girl who brings in her thrift store stuff, takes it out of the bag and hides it in her garage so Jason doesn't know.
Yes.
And when I bring it in, it looks like I just grabbed it from the garage.
It was in there. It was already in there.
Or I leave it in my truck.
Yes, you did. Yes. Oh my gosh. I love that.
Who needs a storage unit when you have a big truck?
I know we don't. We have a truck, but not one that I would want to drive. And then we've been thinking about getting a storage unit, but we just, yeah. So what would you say is your decorating style, or do you have one? Sometimes it's hard to.
I don't have a style. This is really hard. You don't ever want to call yourself eclectic because that just means you're confused.
Yes. I know what you mean. I know what you mean by that.
I would say I'm authentic, rustic farmhouse.
Yes.
But I also have like, I love some mid-century modern swag lamps. Like I'm addicted to swag lamps. And I'm going to add some more Art Deco in too. Like
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, that's exciting.
I think my style is surround myself with everything I love.
Yep. Yep. And that's it's the same with me. I don't want to be put in a box because there's
how fun is that's no fun being put in a box.
No. Like, and I change my mind all the time.
White. I know everything's black and white, but I mean, what if I want green? It's not in style. Who cares?
Yes.
I like green.
Yes. That's what And so do you feel like you can decorate any style that anybody has from a thrift store, shopping at a thrift store, Goodwill? I agree.
Even if you're like brand new Hobby Lobby modern farmhouse, you'll find that stuff in a thrift store. If you're mid-century modern, which means like 1950s, 60s, you'll find that there. Authentic farmhouse is harder to find, but it does happen.
It does happen.
You just got to look.
You do. And you got to go often.
I was just going to say that, and go back regularly.
Yeah, you've got to go often. And I often think too, you can get the look you're looking for, the style, by repurposing, painting, you can get the look. And it just saves you so much money.
And I like doing that stuff.
I do too.
I like painting. Like I love painting furniture. It's therapy.
That's what I say every time. Sometimes I just want to shut my computer down, my phone down, and just give me a paintbrush and a piece of furniture and I'm good. Totally agree.
I have painted some crazy colors just for fun. So.
Just for the therapy. Yes. So you would say you're a DIYer?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think if you're budget conscious, or I'll just say cheap like me, you kind of have to be.
Yes. I totally agree. Yes. And
but it's also fun, right? Like
it's so fun.
All have this creative gene.
Yes.
And we need to let it spill.
Yes. That is what it is.
Even if you think you suck at it, you got to just try.
Yes. And that's what I was going to ask you. So are you kind of self-taught? Like my husband and I are self-taught DIYers. My dad helped a lot, but I mean, it was just through trial and error. You know what I mean? Learning what works. And
so I was a scrapbooker for 20 years plus. Yeah. I was actually in the industry working for manufacturers.
Oh, wow.
I would create designs for multiple manufacturers.
Okay.
So always, and I mean, even my mom, I don't know if you remember, did you ever have a company called Artex? Okay, so in the 70s, they had these paint tubes and it was a multi-level marketing company like Avon.
Okay.
So even then, my mom was like always painting tablecloths with this Artex.
Okay.
And so I've always kind of done something like the Artex. I've always done something creative.
Yes.
But when it comes down to actual technique, I just learn as I go.
Yep. Yes.
And I don't like watching how other people do it.
Yep. I understand that. Yes.
And I've screwed things up a lot, but that's how you learn, right?
It is. That's what I'm like. Just go, just try it. Just do it.
Exactly. I used to have a motto said, just glue it.
Yes.
Just glue it. You can always pick it off after. Just do it.
Yes.
Especially when you're doing furniture, because if you hate the paint, sand it off or paint it a different color.
Yes. That's what I tell people. Yes, it's just paint. Paint is like the best DIY tool because it gives you the biggest bang for your buck, but yet it's not permanent. Like you can change it.
Absolutely. I love it.
Yes. Okay, what would you tell?
Something, but I lost track of mine.
Oh, sorry. That was probably me interrupting you. What would you tell somebody that has never thrifted but would like to start?
Don't be afraid.
Yes.
I mean, literally just grab a cart, walk 3 aisles slowly. Like the 2 tips I told you. Grab a cart, put things in your cart. I don't know. I think it's really about going slow. People who go through fast miss things.
Yes, it's very true.
And I've even done Instagram videos where I've gone live.
Yes.
And then I post and I'm like, how did I miss that thing in my video?
Yep. It's hard though when you are going live in the thrift store. I'm like kind of looking through the camera to make sure they can see it. And then it's like you do miss a lot of things when you're going live.
I do. So, I mean, I just say take your time. Know what you're looking for. I mean, maybe that's just a more a person who's thrifted more, but I always have a list in my head of things I want. They're always there, but then don't be afraid to go off your list. Like, it's like treasure hunting.
It is.
You got to search for that treasure. You have to dig. Don't be afraid to touch stuff.
Right.
And if you want to research something, like you think it's old, research it while you're in the store.
Yep. Just pull up your phone. My phone is out all the time when I'm finding things. It's out the entire time. Yeah,
absolutely. Because sometimes you just think it's cool. So many times I've bought things that were cool and I brought them home and I found out they were valuable.
Yes.
But I had no idea. It was just cool.
Yep. You liked it in the store and you brought it home. Yep. Exactly. Totally.
So I think your number one advice is just don't be afraid. Just do it.
Yes. And I think there's certain people that would like to do it, but they think it's kind of like, ooh, a thrift store. Like I shouldn't be, like.
Girl, we are bringing thrifting back.
Hello.
We're like brought back sexy. We're bringing back thrifty.
Yes. We're making it cool again. Yes. It is. And then I just feel like you just have an eclectic look in your home. It's not just, bought off the window.
If you love it, then, and what's nice is that one of the reasons I love thrifting, and this isn't, I'm going to cover my butt, but it's not that I dislike stores like Hobby Lobby or Home Sense. I love those stores and I buy stuff from those stores. I don't want my house to look like what everyone else's house looks like.
Yes. Yeah.
I went through the whole Ray Dunn phase.
Yes.
But I got tired of having the same stuff as everybody.
Yep.
And I think us women, we're all unique and we need to express that, and that you can express that in your home. So surround yourself by things you love and then you'll be happy.
Yes. I totally agree. Okay. So before you had an Instagram shop, what did you do? Or an Instagram page, I'm sorry. What did you do?
You just want me to tell you stories.
No stories. I just a little background about what you did before starting and how the whole Instagram started.
Okay, so I used to be a Royal Canadian Mounted Police officer, RCMP, or a Mountie. You guys have seen them in the Canadians in the red police uniforms.
Yes.
And then I went into corrections. So I retired from working as a correctional officer in a men's maximum security prison about 7 years ago.
Okay.
I started Instagram in December 2018.
Okay.
No one told me about Instagram. I just saw my kids had it. And I got hooked.
Okay.
And I made an account that was terribly ugly. I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
But we were starting to renovate our house.
Okay.
And so I started to post pictures of us renovating the house.
So you started an Instagram page because of the kids, like the kids had it, you were seeing what it was all about.
Yeah.
And then you started documenting the house projects or whatever.
Not well, but yes, documenting.
Yes, I totally know what you mean.
But then the best part is I found this amazing community like you of women that are like-minded, and I just became completely addicted and obsessed.
Yes.
It's such a positive platform for women who love to do decor, who love to thrift.
Yes.
And I haven't looked back, right?
Yeah. And I never had social media. I didn't have a personal Facebook page. I didn't have Instagram. I didn't need all that. And I started this business. I started my blog first, and they're like, you need to get all these things. And so, I started it not knowing what the heck I was doing. And it's just the community and I just feel like I know you, and like we chit chat behind the scenes. But it's like, you feel like you'll get friendships, and it's so cool. It's just so cool.
I love the community. Yes. Community is my number one reason for being on Instagram.
Yes.
The friendships I've made, the connections, and we're not talking about regular people. We're all regular.
Right.
But what's good about Instagram is you can see what's special about those regular people.
Yes.
So for you, it's that you're so creative and you're so thrifty and passionate, and I love that. Yes. Whereas if I met you in person, you would never see that, right?
That's true. That's very true. I never
through Instagram, you can meet the regular person, but you get to see their passions.
Yes.
And I love that. I love that. I love that everyone is so uplifting.
Yes.
That's what we're here for. Women need to uplift other women, and it's the best place to find that.
It is. It's so, I just love it. What advice would you give somebody who wanted to pursue IG as a side hustle or a business or?
I'm only laughing because we had this conversation before you started recording. Bree doesn't make money on Instagram. I will one day.
Yes. I told her she
I'm
is
just, like I said, I'm so focused on the community and getting the inspiration, but it is absolutely possible.
Yes.
The opportunities are endless.
Yes.
I mean, if you want a side hustle or a full-time to work your way towards a full-time career, the options are there.
Yes. Yes.
And what's great is you get to do it on your own time.
Yes.
Your own boundaries.
Yes.
You can choose who you work for and who you work with. Mm-hmm. So if you don't like a product, you don't have to work with them.
Right. Right.
It's such an unconventional job, but it is amazing. It is amazing. And the opportunities are endless.
They are. It's on. Absolutely. Yes. And me and you are going to have a chit chat about that another time.
An example for money. Bree is passionate about thrifting. And so it's hard to sell things when you like secondhand things.
Yes, exactly. I know what you mean. Yep. Oh, but there's so many.
But I'm here for the girls, and I'm here for the thrifting, and I'm here for the inspiration.
Yes. Yeah. It's so fun. What is something you wish you would have known before you started your Instagram page, or something you wish somebody would have told you before you started?
You were just frozen. I couldn't hear that.
I'm sorry. What is something that you wish somebody would have told you before you started IG, or like something you wish you would have known? Or
I think the number one thing is really just about being yourself.
Yeah.
Your authentic you. When you first get onto Instagram, everyone has beautiful, perfectly styled photos. Yep. And even some girls, their stories and their reels are like unreachable.
Yep.
But if you just come on and you be your unique, authentic self, people are going to see who you are and they're going to love you for who you are, and you can inspire each other. So I wish someone had told me that, because I was very intimidated by all the perfect, pretty photos.
Yes.
Also, you get into that, not necessarily comparison. That's a lot of people get caught up in the comparison, but like the need to keep up with the Joneses.
Yes.
I hate that.
Yes, I do too.
Everybody does not need to have that gorgeous egg chair.
No.
I love that egg chair. Girl, I love that egg chair.
Yes.
I am not putting anyone down who bought the egg.
I know what you're saying though.
But I mean, you don't have to have that egg chair.
No.
You know?
No.
And I think that's huge, because it's always like, I need more, I want more. And
yes.
When you find girls like me and you learn.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep up with the Joneses. You do you.
Yes. And I tell people often, start unfollowing pages that are making you feel that way, because sometimes you feel like, oh, now I got to do that because that's what they're doing. And oh no, 3 reels a day, I got to do that. And it's just like, no, I can't do that. There's certain things I can and can't do. And so that's why
I talked about boundaries too.
Yes.
Because you got to make your own boundaries.
Yes.
So until about a month ago when we bought the house, I was all about Instagram 24/7. I did things just for Instagram, not for me. And recently I've just after a bit of a burnout, come to the realization that I can make Instagram work around my life.
Yes.
And people want to see that.
Yes.
Like, you don't need to paint a vase if you have 20 painted vases. You know? Like, find something you're actually going to want to have in your house and do it.
And do that. Yes. Yep. And capture that. Yes.
Absolutely.
I love that.
So have those boundaries, know what you want out of Instagram.
And make it work for you. Yes. Okay. I don't want to take any more of your time, but I just have a couple of rapid fire questions. Do you have a favorite book?
Favorite book? I don't read.
Okay.
No, I do read, but everything's a self-help book.
Yes, I do read a lot of those. Those are good. Those are really good. Yeah. Okay. Coffee or drink order? Like, what's your...
So I used to be chai lattes every day.
Yes.
You know that. But recently I'm iced caramel macchiatos.
Okay.
But I have to tell you, because I'm cheap, I try to make them at home.
Yes. That's why when I about died when I saw you, and I'm like, oh, that's how I figured out how to make chai tea lattes at home to taste like Starbucks. I'm like, I messaged her and I said, are you using the concentrate? Are you? Yes.
It's so easy. Like caramel macchiatos, you just buy the Starbucks creamer. It's not called creamer. It's called coffee enhancer.
Okay.
To make a espresso, which you can buy those Nespresso pods. That's how I do it.
Yes.
And milk and caramel. That's it. So you're paying $1 compared to,
$5 or whatever they are. Yes. Yeah. It's crazy. Favorite way to spend a Saturday?
Probably DIYing. Like, seriously.
Yes.
But DIYing, like just finding something crafty and going with it.
Yes. Yes. That's awesome. Okay. Where can everybody find you?
I am on Instagram and Instagram exclusively because I don't know how to do the rest.
You know how to do Pinterest.
I do know how to do Pinterest. So you can find me on Pinterest, Instagram. I am on TikTok, but yeah, don't bother. You can find all that stuff on Instagram at my little black and white house.
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I am grateful that you tune in every week and that you share the show with your family and friends. I love having creative chit chats with you, and my hope is that this podcast will inspire you to try a new project, start a DIY that you've been putting off, and decorate your home exactly how you want it. There are a few ways you can help us with the podcast. Follow the podcast so you don't miss an episode. And if you could take a few minutes to leave the podcast a review, that would help us so much. Again, thank you for being here, and I look forward to our chat next week.